So we all know the president's tariffs on Canada and Mexico have been suspended for a short period of time pending negotiations and depending on the outcome of those negotiations. China, on the other hand, has decided no negotiations. The secret tariff code is buried in Section 2 of the executive order. We're going to kind of go through that because it really hits home, especially for China, and it's going to hit all of us too. We voted for it. We knew this was coming. We have to accept it, understand it, and frankly be cool with it. And buy American. That avoids it. That's the whole point. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe. We're going to go through this a little bit here. Remember when President Trump established the External Revenue Service? It's all connected and sequential. Almost everyone will miss in part because outcomes appear in sequence that few care to follow, but buried in the Trump tariff executive order, you'll discover something. As the unofficial deep state strategist and the self-appointed misfit explainer of stuff, we will explain. This is the subdivision of the executive order right here. This is the part that's important. And we're going to go into it. For avoidance of doubt, duty-free de minimis treatment under 19 U.S. Section 1321 shall not be available for articles described in subsection A and subsection B of this section. We're getting into legal words. We all love the legal words. Blah, blah, blah. What does it mean to my wallet? That's what I want to know. That's what I care about. This is what I voted for. Essentially, what President Trump is doing is levying as much more massive import tax and possible confiscation impact on the core of source of fentanyl and other illegal substances. President Trump's new trade levies against China, Canada, and Mexico include a broadside against e-commerce, with apparent plans to extinguish a long-held tariff exemption for packages worth less than $800. Trump's executive order directing 25% levies on Canada and Mexico plus a 10% duty on China, specifically that the de minimis exemption for small packages no longer applies. Under the exemption, products below that dollar amount were able to enter the United States without tariffs, a boon for China's e-commerce retailers who often ship cheaper wares directly to U.S. customers. Have you ever received a package from China? Almost everyone in this nation has. Because it's cheap. They just send it directly from there. The full scope of de minimis charges, whether they apply just to new tariffs issued Saturday or to older existing tariff trade levies, was not clear. A White House spokesman did not respond to questions. However, trade lawyers said Trump's language, cracking down on the de minimis exemption, could apply broadly, even to existing duties against China, Canada, and Mexico. And as we know, those will not apply to Canada or Mexico for the time being, pending negotiations. Regardless, the impact change threatens to fall most squarely on China, affecting retailers including Alibaba, JD.com, PDD Holdings Incorporated, Temu, and fashion-focused Shine. American shoppers and companies imported $48 billion worth of shipments from the world under the loophole for the first 9 months of last year, according to U.S. Customs Border Patrol estimates. This just kind of goes into a little bit of what it was originally designed for. But you can see the president is cracking down. Put it all together. President Trump is executing an emergency act executive order, plus the imposition of a tariff review and simultaneous interception of de minimis packages previously unchecked as the enforcement mechanism, all executed by the External Revenue Service. President Trump has got them surrounded, and the scope of it has the media overwhelmed, and they can't put it together. almost winning too much. That is a serious shot at China. A serious shot. 10% on 48 is simple math. That's $4.8 billion in additional revenue right there. That can go directly into the new United States Wealth Fund. The president is moving swiftly, and he is moving concisely, and he is moving directly. He's not playing games. This administration is out to change Washington and change the world. This will also hit you and me right in the pocketbook. China is not going to pay this. You and I will pay this. It's just like any other retail thing. When the price goes up for the person paying for it at the production level, they just pass it on to you. And that's going to happen here. So my encouragement is, see if we can't find this stuff made in America. Let's see if we can't find it made in America. It's nice to contribute to our sovereign wealth fund. However, it'd be nicer if we could contribute to American jobs. That'd be better. So we knew this was coming. This is what tariffs look like. It's not just some random word and a random number thrown at somebody about oil or what. It's going to hit everyone. If you have ever imported anything from China, do you think that they're not going to pass this on to you? Hundreds of millions of Americans have imported items from China. I have. Everyone watching this probably has, in one form or another, whether you even knew it or not. It's just so easy. It's just so cheap. And if it was under $800, apparently there's no duty, no tariff, no nothing. Now it's going to be subject to literally customs, border patrol inspection, possible confiscation, and duty charges. If we're going to end this scourge of fentanyl and illegal immigration and basically countries just abusing us, using us as their whipping boy, then we're going to have to take a little bit of pain ourselves. So if you've ever imported anything from China, or if you plan to in the future, it just got 10% more expensive. And remember, we voted for it. We knew this was the case. I fully support this. I was not blind in my vote. I was fully aware of what I was voting for. Fully aware. Short-term pain for long-term gain. Short-term pain for long-term gain. That's all I got. I appreciate you and I thank you.